So when people talk of the greatest defenseman of all time, they kind of give the most common answers. But this player, for a lot of old-fashioned original six fans, it kind of stood out because he was an overachiever to many. Because he started his career in the midst of the war, the Second World War, and drew enough recognition he became a regular force for several of the original six squads. So today we're going to be talking about the legend of Bill Gadsby. Now, William Alexander Gadsby, born August 8, 1927, in the great community, the Heartland, H-A-R-T land, of Calgary, Alberta, Canada. He began his outstanding hockey career in Calgary, playing for numerous minor league teams, including the Alberta Midget Champions in '42. Now, he played 2 years for the Edmonton Junior Canadians before joining the Blackhawks in '46. Now, he was a captain twice during his 8 years with Chicago, but when Gadsby contracted polio in '52, he fought back without interrupting his hockey career by recovering over a month in hospital. Now, that was his first brush with danger, because in 1939 he was traveling with his mother on the passenger liner at Athenia when it was hit by a torpedo fired by the Nazi German U-boat and sank. And he and his mother spent several hours in a lifeboat before being rescued. And the unofficial nickname amongst the media for him was Unbreakable, because what he went through to get to the highest levels of hockey, and what he survived in his family. They make him big in Alberta, 6 feet, 190, and again, a strong defenseman. Now, he was a first-team All-Star 3 times and a second-team All-Star 4 times. And in '59, he set an NHL record for defenseman for assists with 46. Now, despite a long career, he played 20 years. He never won the Stanley Cup, which is a shame because he deserved to be part of a championship squad. Now, the closest he came to winning the Cup was in 1964, when the Red Wings lost a 7-game final series to the Maple Leafs in the second Gordie Howe dynasty, when we're making the finals but weren't winning any cups. Now, when he retired, he was a leading career scorer among defensemen with 568 points. Now, Gadsby, well-deserved induction to the Alberta Sports Hall of Fame in '86 as, of course, an athlete, and he was inducted in the Hockey Hall of Fame in 1970. Now, in 1998, he was ranked number 99 on the Hockey News list of the 100 greatest hockey players. And in the book we've been talking about, the 100 Ranger Greats, which came out in 2019, Gadsby was number 63 of the all-time list for Ranger players. Now, Gadsby was an honored member of the Detroit Red Wings Alumni Association for numerous years, and he also was active in raising money for various children's charities in Metro Detroit, and he would show up on WDIV, him and Ted Lindsay, at different fundraising events. I do remember him showing up every once in a while when Detroit Cable came into North New Brunswick, and one of my buddies up home said, Gadsby's still alive? I said, yeah, Detroit. They're hard to kill in Detroit. But unfortunately, he did pass away at a very, very honored age of 88. He gave a lot back to the hockey community through the years, and his passing in Farmington Hills in 2016 was a big loss for everybody, not only his family, but his hockey family, and he had many. Now, ladies and gentlemen, being an offensive defenseman, he, back in the day, wasn't frequent for a defenseman to score 10 goals in a season. And I think he held an unofficial record for the 1950s, where he scored, I think it was 7 goals or more in 6 seasons in the 1950s. So it was pretty impressive. But going from Chicago to New York to Detroit, especially with the Rangers of the late 60s, late 50s, early 60s, wasn't make the playoffs once. And actually, ladies and gentlemen, he was in the NHL almost a half dozen years before getting his first playoff experience with Chicago in '53, and then the next 3 years he didn't make the playoffs. So we really didn't know how good he was, but we knew how dedicated he was. Now, finally, 1,248 goals, 48 games, 130 goals in 568 points, 27 points in the playoffs, 67 goals. Now, when Detroit was rebuilding back in the day, 1969, he coached the team for that improved season with a plus 500 record, 33, 31, and 12, 76 games. Unfortunately, due to the playoff format at the time, he did miss the playoffs because that was a year before Montreal failed to make the playoffs, and Detroit basically had unloaded some of their players to dump salary and to basically get ready for Gordie Howe leaving. So it was one of the few Gordie Howe teams not to make the playoffs, actually, ladies and gentlemen. So that's the story about Bill Gadsby. It's going to be a series of various historical defenseman podcasts where we were doing. Again, some of the dedications are coming, or requests coming from Travis Cook, which we know he always has great suggestions. So thank you, Travis, again. And happy Labor Day weekend, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to vote the advance polls in New Brunswick, because only you can stop right-wing thinking by supporting a party that's not right-wing. Have a good day. Bye.